the end of his career, like doing things. Well, he really didn't do a whole lot.
Right.
I wasn't a big fan of the Cult. Really, I mean
That was a turning point for me.
Yeah, but it happens. I think sometimes it just happens. People's skills, I believe, diminish. They just
Yeah.
do. I remember when Ditko came back in the '90s and did some stuff like some covers and things like that. When there's a little bit of a men's,
It was just
I
his
guess
birthday the other
Marvel.
day.
Yeah, 91, 90. That's cool. That's a story in itself. But his stuff, it was really. I like seeing that it was Steve Ditko doing something. But it wasn't really all that great.
Yeah, it wasn't Spidey.
Which, yeah,
Wasn't Spidey 31
yeah.
or anything. Yeah.
No. But, on the other side of that, Rich's stuff, you'd agree with this one, is like top notch.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of another guy. Oh yeah, Neil Adams. His stuff isn't
Oh,
particularly
yeah.
special.
Well,
the new the new Batman
Deadman.
Deadman #1 came out.
Yeah.
And he did, and even the cover, despite its glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Um,
I was disappointed. I was
It's
going to
never
pick it
gonna-
up, and I looked at it, and
I set the last one back because I figured
Alright.
between you guys, somebody
I
wanted.
looked at it and went,
And
I
you know what?
need to own this.
That was my measuring stick. Is
Yeah.
when Walls comes in the store and there's a new Deadman issue, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm going to pass. This isn't worth $4." That tells you it's not good.
Well, I mean, he did the whole 12-issue Batman. Neil Adams did.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, I know we cut on because of his prices that he charges.
His
If it was
demeanor.
if it was $10, he's a legend. I would gladly say, hey, please
Yeah.
sign these books here. That's wonderful. But it's $30, $40, $50.
Yeah.
It's like, no thank
Per
you.
book.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Wrong.
that he did the Batman, which
Wrong.
was something everyone. Well, it would be like Claremont and Byrne coming back and doing, X-Men. People would be waiting,
Sure.
Yeah.
in a nostalgic way to see what happens. Neil Adams does a Batman book, and no one cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm reading the Snyder and Capullo stuff, and it's just absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful work, and Neil Adams, who put Batman back, on, he's a legend for a reason. Excuse me.
And Deadman.
And just all that stuff. He did the X-Men, classic, the
Oh, yeah.
Avengers. I mean, back then he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Did you guys see, not to switch over, but did you guys see in January that Kelly Jones said they're going to be putting out that Swamp Thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
How
did
great
see
is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's doing he's not doing the work, but he's doing a backup story, I guess, in it.
Can't beat that.
With,
Yeah.
But I am sure the work will be by somebody. In fact, I saw the name. I wasn't familiar, but the little clip looked good. I am sure that they will not let that, be subpar. I'm
Right.
sure it's going
Sure.
to be real. I'm sure it's going to be cool. And there is also looking forward to another little subplot story with Kelly Jones doing the work on it.
Right.
And I know he's going to knock that out of the park.
Speaking
Wow.
on that level of those guys, but I know you follow Kyle Holtz, but
Yeah.
have you seen the stuff he's been doing, like with all the DC characters lately?
Unbelievable.
Is that a
It's
tease or what?
unbelievable.
Like the Lobo stuff?
That panel that he showed where you can see his hand drawing it, and it is Harley Quinn and the Joker with
Yeah.
their back towards Batman.
Yeah.
I sent him a private message. I said, look, you probably get stuff all the time. That right there, it stopped me in my tracks. It was just
He's good.
unbelievable.
He's really
Yeah,
good.
he did some
He's
Hulk
evolved
stuff.
and he's really
He did
good.
some Hulk stuff a while back,
Yeah.
and it was great. Then
Yeah.
he did the Man Thing miniseries.
Yep.
It was like a 3-issue
Yeah.
deal.
He's a
He's
hell of a
good.
nice guy too.
Yeah,
Like
I mean, he'll-
just in the interaction we've had
Yeah.
online.
Yeah, he
and
will.
stuff.
He will answer you and talk to you.
Yep.
And,
I like his stuff.
I can't say enough good stuff about him. So I hope Marvel and DC get their head out of their behinds and start getting him on. Even just a mini series. I mean, not to be.
It indicates just how hard it is to break into the big two because he said when he was posting those, he said something to the effect of, despite having done literally thousands of pages, I have to do some new pages to kind of reintroduce myself to the new editors at Marvel and DC. It's
Wow.
like, if you're Kyle Holtz and you are still having to come up with fresh stuff at no charge to submit to try to get in the door, I don't know. It speaks to.
Well, I mean, it's just the industry, though. What
Yeah.
I mean? It's
Yeah.
marching on. You have new people. I remember, record people with record contracts. New A&R guy comes in. Next thing you know, you're yesterday's news.
Right.
You're a big grunge fan and everything. All the '80s hair bands. And
I got my
stuff,
flannel on.
Yeah,
Right?
they're out the door as soon as this new movement comes through from
Right.
Seattle.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is with comic books. You have to understand. We come from a monster background, and we love that kind of art. But I understand the people out there, not everyone does.
Right.
They like straight, just superhero
I've
stuff.
come to learn that over the
Oh,
years.
absolutely. Yeah,
Who
absolutely.
likes that Iron Fist comic? I want to meet that one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can probably look him up. He's the guy that wrote it.
Yeah.
But for as much as I
Probably.
don't like the major crossovers, I understand a lot of people do and they sell well. And that's cool.
I'll tell you what, I'm real gun shy about those moving forward. In fact, I've told people, it's like, if you want to get into the tie-in, I just need you to give me your word you're following it all the way through, or at
Yeah.
least giving me a 2 months heads up, because it's a very, very expensive thing to invest in, only to have folks decide. And again, it's totally fine, but if they decide they don't want it, you're stuck. Like, especially like Civil War II was the worst one, because by the time it got around to like number 4, nobody wanted it anymore.
They were done with it.
Yep.
And I already ordered through 6, and so now the first 3 issues have sold. So you're sitting on these books with a $5 cover price, and you only have 4, 5, and 6. I mean, that's pretty much guaranteed. Who's ever going to
Right.
buy that? You know.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that.
Are you getting a lot of hype about the dark Batman stuff going on, like the Dark Universe and all that?
The metal stuff, Dark
Yeah.
Knight metal, all those.
Yeah.
I've sold out of all of that every single time. The one I have like 1 copy left up there of each one, and that was just reorders. It's selling crazy. And then they did the Batman White Knight series.
Yeah.
And I ordered fairly conservatively, thinking, well, everybody's already kind of invested in this. How
Yeah.
far can the Batman train go? And we sold out of that too. I had
Still
to,
going.
I had to pull one back and set it back
Yeah.
for Kramer here to even have a copy. They sold out
Yeah.
as soon as I got here.
I think it's pretty cool because I've been reading them. I mean, I don't get every issue,
Yeah.
but man, some of those covers are just like off the
Yeah.
hook.
And Batman Shadow, which is being put out by DC and I think Dynamic at the same time, I still selling a bunch of those.
Yeah.
The new one coming out, Batman The Signal, I got a big pre-order on that. It's like, if it's Batman, it's pretty much a guarantee one way or the other, especially when they're number 1s. Like,
Yeah.
I can pretty much order that, if it's Batman number 1 or a Harley Quinn number 1, it might not all sell out the day it gets here, but it's a sound investment that
Right.
sooner or later they're all leaving. So,
Yeah, I wonder if you had a lot of interest in that. I mean, because it's Wednesdays when I get here, it's like usually it's the end of the day
Mhm.
after work, and I'm like grabbing what I need to get, and I'm gone. But we don't have time to talk about what all's been like flying out of here. So,
yeah. That Harley Quinn and Ivy versus Betty and Veronica.
Say what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harley and
Where'd
Ivy
that come
versus
from?
Betty and
That one?
Veronica.
Yeah.
That book was another one of those Flintstones-like surprises where everybody came in wanting a copy, and I ended up selling as many of those as I did Batman that when number 1 came out. And I sold a bunch of them, a bunch of the number 2s that came out. The Jetsons, that was another one that came out.
The Harlequin train is still on the track, but
It is.
I don't know, for some reason I think
You feel it's
somewhere
going
in
to
the
derail sooner or
somewhere in
later.
the future.
Well, and I would have thought that too, like with not Daredevil, I'm sorry, Deadpool.
Deadpool.
But the Deadpool stuff sells rather consistently, and then you guys know about the movie Gotham City Sirens that's coming out. They're doing it's Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and maybe it's Batgirl. I'm not positive, but the 3 of them are starting a movie, and it's the same girl from Suicide Squad, but it's a movie about these 3 women. And I don't know. I think that'll probably rekindle
Let's
things.
hope every bit of writing for Harlequin isn't a cliche line.
Well, I mean, as long as Wallace is still doing the Suicide Squad covers, I'm going to still keep buying that.
Yeah.
Well,
I
and
mean, that's following the artist.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I bought that. I bought one of those when Bernie died, because it had a nice splash page in the back.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this cover going, is that Louis Patazia?
yeah.
And I looked, I saw the signature. I'm like, it's got to be him, And I looked at the back in the credits. It's like, sure enough.
We can just get Jay
Yeah.
Lee back to do some
Yeah.
crazy stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think he's still out there somewhere.
Oh, Jay Lee's, and he was. I remember he was sort of sketchy when he first started. I thought he was like a little loose and liney.
Doing Namor.
I
Yeah,
picked
yeah,
up
Namor, yeah.
with Namor. I picked up on
Yeah.
that, man. That's great.
And I thought, but I liked it. Something about it, I liked it. And as he
Gritty.
evolved, he's gotten
Gritty.
He's become quite a good artist. And then all of a sudden, boom, where'd they go?
Yeah, he's actually going to be at Jersey Comic Con in a couple of weeks. There was actually in the back of one of the Dynamite books. I think it's in the back of Red Sonja, one of those that I get. There was a thing. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
It's a Jersey Con. I think it's the 18th and 19th weekend. There was a picture of him. That's what brought it up.
Oh,
There's
cool.
a picture of him in the back of it. It's like Jay Lee. I'm like, wow, I can put a face with the name now. Like
Yeah.
25 years later, he looked like a little kid when we first started buying his
Yeah.
stuff. But Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, and that's not too far away.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be kind of neat to check that out.
Do a road trip.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
this stuff.
Break out the Namors, get him to sign those.
Break out the Namors.
Break
Said
out-
nobody ever.
I still have them.
I know, but
I
how many
break
times-
out the Namors.
Hey, it's time. Let's good times roll. It's time
Rub
to
the
break out
dust
the
off.
Namors.
There was one that was done in like greens and blues, like one cover. It was really cool looking.
Yeah.
It was semi-metallic or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was just really neat looking. Yeah.
He's done some other stuff, like in miniseries.
George, they're
Sorry,
these
he's
guys
still
break
out
out
the
the,
Break out the Namors.
break out the Namors.
A friend I had. I
Roll
remember.
out the Namors.
I remember a friend of mine in college would say, he's like, I knew when I hit my personal limit, like if I drank too much or in any way partook in too much. He said, I always knew where my limit. Partook in.
Partook.
If I
Catchphrase
if I
right here.
if I partaken. It almost sounds like a
You know we're not gonna
a
let
feeling
that
where
go.
you partooken son of a.
We're not gonna let that go. That's your new name
That's
now.
my new shirt.
Is that like a
Toucan.
sad bird? The Partucan.
Anyway, he said I always knew when I like hit the point of no return because I'd break out the nunchucks. Like, that's when I knew I went too far, and that's what I was just thinking. It's
So
like,
I've gone
in the
too
nerd
far.
community, Tim
When
wanted
you
to
break
break out
out-
the Namors.
break out the Namors.
He's out of control. We need to cut him off.
It's over. It's over. Poor Toucan.
On that note, huh?
Yeah. On that note, before we close up today, I wanted to pitch you guys a little bit of a homework idea.
Uh-oh.
Aye.
I've had a bunch of people that have come into the store just since we've started this podcast and said that a lot of times we'll mention comic creators, like whether it's writers, artists, whoever, and sometimes we say the last name, sometimes we'll explain a little more. They're like, it'd be great
guilty.
to give just a little quick synopsis, education, if you will, of some artists or writers. So what I was thinking was if each one of us come up with a creator for next week and just give whatever 2-3 minute rundown of who they are, how they started, what they've done, and why somebody would want to check them out. And I thought if we,
Well, I got an idea. How about something like this since we are actually on film?
yeah, absolutely,
Frank Frazetta.
Right there.
Yeah, physically bringing it in.
yeah, sure,
Okay, I'm
How
down.
about that? 3 or 4 books and stuff that
Yeah.
we really enjoy, so we can go, boom, there it is.
absolutely.
Wait, that might be an idea. Bring some of the books in because we'll go. Hey,
Yeah.
this is who I'm talking about. Look here. Maybe
Yeah.
like one of their origin works or something that you thought that they did that was really cool.
Or
Hey,
Namors.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Namors.
Just
I don't
all-
get.
I have a
take
long
those-
box full of
hey,
Namors.
I
take-
think you
they're 10
have
for
to bring
$1.
I don't take those out of the vault, man. I mean, they stay in an undisclosed location at the research. All right.
Undisclosed. Yeah, but yeah, I think that'd be cool, and if we just throw that out each week, I think that'd be a cool thing. Also, I wanted to just tell you guys a big congratulations to you. Next week's our 25th episode, which I thought
Wow.
we kicked this
Yay.
off quite a while ago, and it was just something to kind of do. And
That's what I'm talking
we've
about.
been building up our fan base. We appreciate everybody that's watching now and listening. And
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. If you have anybody too that is a creator that you like us to cover, or if you want to cover them, just send us what you know about them, what
Yeah.
what you like about them, and what makes them somebody that you are always on the lookout for. And
Enlighten us.
we're by far the final authority on these things.
And,
Everybody
yeah.
has their opinion.
Next week, we're going to all try to have an Iron Maiden T-shirt.
Yes.
On. Wall's got the memo. These guys, slackers.
Yeah, I actually don't own an Iron Maiden T-shirt.
We're going to have to do something about that.
I don't know what.
I'll hold you down.
All right.
I
Well,
digress.
so yeah. Anyway, next week we're open today from noon to 5. We're open every day except Sunday. It's Calling All Heroes Comics at 50 Stately Street. You can also check us out at facebook.com/Calling All Heroes Comics. If you get a chance, message us. Let us know what your tomato meter rating is going to be for the Justice League. And then next week on the episode, we'll give away a $20 gift certificate to the store to whoever was the closest. Because I believe the movie comes out on the 17th or 18th of November. So we got,
It's not the middle.
yeah, just a couple weeks. So, but we should have some early reviews by then. So
Sweet.
yeah, that's kind of where we're at, and we will talk to all of you next week. I'm George,
Tim.
Gary.
And Walls.
and take it easy.